Hey everyone, welcome to Metal Customs. We're going to get back to working on the Ranger Chop Top project today. But before we do that, we need to move my Mustang out because I need to use this lift with the Ranger because I got some major exhaust work coming in that I need a big lift for. So, since we're going to fire this thing up and move it, we need to run it around a little bit. I have no tags, no insurance on this car, so it's not going to hit the road. We're going to take it out here in the field and have us a little fun, then we'll get back to work on the Ranger. Since we got that out of our system and we had a little fun, let's go ahead and get the Ranger back in here. Hey puppies, there's Annie. Well, we got the old Ranger on the first lift. We can work on it fine over here. Still plenty of room. So, come back out here tomorrow, because it's the end of the day today, and we'll get busy again. So let me do y'all a quick catch up on what I've done off camera since the last video that I posted. Come on in closer and I'll show you what I got accomplished. And as you see, I got my trusty helpers with me. Best employees that a man could have. What I've done, I've got all of the fender flares, got the emblems off of it, got the lights. We can just tape up the headlights and paint around that, no big deal there. Like I say, get all this side stripped. I'm starting on the interior, get some of that stripped out. Fixing to take that rear bumper off and do some grinding and painting on it. Got the emblem off of there and the tail lights out. So she's getting stripped down. Next thing we're going to work on is the interior. We got to get all of this out of here, except for the dash. I'm not pulling the dash. We'll just tape that up when it comes time to prime and paint and whatnot. But I want everything else out of here so I can get a real good trim on this, and the color change won't look obvious. It'll look like it came that way. Well, before we pull the interior out, what I'd like to do is get these panels sized. We have a passenger and a driver, of course, side panels. Then the one that goes across the rear, because we just need to come here and cut them appropriately where they'll be at the right height. Well, first things first, we can't even pull them in all the way, but we know that the speaker hole here is higher than what we've got. So what I'm going to do is pull these back out right quick, take the saw and just run across here. That way we can get them sitting in there and then get us an accurate measurement on them. And yes, I did put the rubber trim back in so that the panel would sit in there properly for when we get a right measurement. Let me snatch these out. I'm going to take the Sawzall and whack them right quick. Then we'll get them pushed in and get us an accurate cut line on it. Got that big chunk cut off of there. So now we're down here where we can see what we need to do. Went ahead and put both sides in and push down where they need to be. They're right there will tell us that we're straight. I'll put the back piece in and just put a couple of nuts and bolts in it just to hold it up for now. So what we're going to do is take our Sharpie and run right around. All right, I've got all that marked out. But here's the issue that I'm having. The back's not going to be an issue. We can get rid of these tabs and get that to go up there flush. No big deal. That should trim out and look good. We're going to have a little bit in the corners here, but I think I got a remedy for that. It's this big hole right here. That is, to me, is a big deal, and I don't like it. I'm going to have to wrap this in some plastic there and do a little bit to make that look good. Well, I'll pull all these plastic panels back out, take my time, get a nice good straight cut, and then I'll get them back in there and we'll figure out what we can use as some type of filler. Because like I say, this has got the big hole here. Let me grab a camera and show y'all what I'm talking about. This right here, well, it'll be pulled up right there, but still. There's some gap right in there and I don't like that. But here's the major problem. That panel's where it's supposed to be. We've got the big old gap right here. I've got to figure out how to get that taken care of. But let's get it all trimmed up nice and neat. Then I think I can come up with something to solve that problem. Well, we got them cut out. Now once these are pushed where they belong and screwed into place, they'll be just fine. That's all we're going to do to these right now. Is what we're going to have to do once the truck is completed and painted, putting the interior all back in. Let's get these exactly where we want them. Of course, get a couple screws in them to hold them into place. Still have to figure out how to mount our speakers in here. Add some face plates for them. And then we need something that'll come up off of this interior plastic and over to this outer edge. What I'm thinking about is just making some kind of little lip and using the headliner material on it the way it all is the same gray and everything matches up. But we'll see about that when we get closer to that point. Alright, well enough of that business. What we need to do now is get to ripping this interior out. Well, it took several hours, but I got the interior stripped. Say, all we have is the dash and we're not taking that out. This old truck does look pretty good inside. See a couple little bit of rust as far as just where the paint is flaked and got a little rust, so it's a good thing that we done this. some primer, I'll get it all in here too, and get a paint all in there. And that'll take care of that problem. Alright, now the next thing we need to do is the seat belts. Of course, when we cut the roof off, the shoulder mount part, the seat belt was mounted up here. And on these little trick things that slid up and down for some reason. A little adjustable seat belt situation there. That we're not going to utilize. I just think that whole thing will look really ugly up here. And I don't see a good way to really attach it, because I mean, it's a seat belt, it's got to be on there. So what I've done, after you get through taking all of this stuff apart, this is what you want. That's the part that the seat belt actually screws into. And you see it's on the back side. So this is not going to come through as steel right here. It's there. So what I'm going to do is just take and clean all the paint off of these. We're going to strip it up and down from the other side. Already made some measurements where the seat belt was on the roof. We'll put these in here just like this. You get real good deal weld all the way down each side. I think that will do it pretty good. Of course, I'm going to have to drill a hole because that bolt to go a lot deeper than what this is. So I'm going to be able to go down in there and tighten up well. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll get my marks here. And grab my marker. Here, had it close. Basically, let me bring it around here so you see what I'm doing. Alright, what I'm doing, we'll put this up here, like so. Got my marker. Get that straight. That piece of tape right there, because that's where my measurement was. Alright, there's where I'll drill my hole. And I'll go ahead and clean all the paint off that, clean the paint off this. And we'll shut the camera off to get that done and get it welded. Then we'll move on to the next step. We got them welded into place, as you can see. And I think that will hold up very, very well. Yeah, the welder was in a real good mood today. Other side's the same, looks just as good, turned out just as good as this one. Well, I'm confident that that'll hold them seat belts really well and we won't have no issues with them. Alright, now on to the next part. Next what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull that back bumper off. I got me a new grinder. Go ahead and get it ground down and get everything filled and do all the cosmetics on it, get some primer and paint on it. And after that, I mean, there's some more body work that needs to be done. But it's about time to finish this body work up, give this thing a good wash, and get some primer on it. We're getting closer. But I'll go ahead and take care of that bumper, and I'll show y'all the finished product of that. I just wanted to show y'all what I was going into making this bumper look slick. I've been out here grinding all of that weld off and getting that thing smooth. Been out there for, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours. Same with this. So same with this end too. We do have some small imperfections in it, but that's okay. Now what I'm going to do is mix me up some fiberglass and bring it through here. Get all that smooth out. And then I'll put a little bit here and on the ends. We'll get it all sanded out. Same way with the license plate holder. I'll fiberglass in here and get that all smooth. And then we'll get back to the camera and I'll show y'all how that turned out. Here's our fiberglass on there. Yeah, I know, I sort of just slapped it on, but we're going to get it all off there nice and smooth. And that's what I was talking about. I just want to get some of these fill-ins and get this thing really smooth before we throw paint and primer on it. What we'll do here, we'll start with some 80 grit. Then we'll move to some 320. And then finally, we'll sand the whole thing down with some 400. Then we'll get it nice and clean, and we'll go ahead and prime it. Well, as you can see, guys, got everything sanded off. Everything's smoothed out. I'm down to our 400. I've done the 80 with the electric sander. 320, 400's all hand sanded. If you're wondering how I got that groove in there so nice, I got one of these right here. You put sandpaper around it. This thing's awesome. Now what we're going to do, we need to clean it. I use this oxygen orange one. Just a water-based orange cleaner. It'll get all the grease and stuff off. If I had running water out here at the shop, I would probably opt for Dawn dishwasher liquid. See what I'm saying? That stuff really, really works. What I'll do, I'll go ahead and wipe this down a couple more times. Then take me some mineral spirits, thinner, whatever I got over there. Wipe it down again. Then we'll get us a primer on it. Well guys, there we got it going on. Still have some more coats to put on it. We've got to run out and get some more paint. I just run out of paint. But this gives you a general idea of what it's going to look like. I am super happy with that. I think that's going to look really nice once we get it, all the coats of paint on there. And we'll see if I got a little clear to throw on it afterwards. But there we go. They should have the bumper pretty much taken care of. Now we're at that point where I'm trying to finalize any body work that needs to be done on this thing. Hootie Hoo come down and grabbed it, took it to his house and done a good washing on it, as you can tell. And we're fixing to wash it again once I get through with all this body work. And we'll get a really good clean on it before we do any primer. But let me show y'all what I've been doing off camera and what we need to do next. Trying to find any issues, like there was a dent here. I got it repaired. Another dent up there that I need to get repaired. See, I got it circled. Once I got the bumper off to work on it, there was a good sized dent in the tailgate. Yeah, I got that fixed. Went through and redone this. I had a little flat spot in here that I just wasn't really happy with. So got that redone. That turned out good. As well as there was a nice dent there. And I went back through where the exhaust is and done a little touch up on it. Yeah, I know I'm nitpicking, but hey, I want this thing to turn out really, really nice. Well, I'm gonna wrap this video up with all of that. Try not to get them too long. Next video, what we're going to be doing, we're going to hit the whole truck with some 400 after I finish this little bit of body work that we're into. And then we'll give it a real big wash and clean very, very well. And then it's time to shoot some primer. I got all of my spray guns out, got them all cleaned up. This is one of my extra guns. I just got to put it together, but everything's clean. But I got my main guns ready to rock and roll. I use this Powermatic for my primer. And then I use my Soda Jet for my main paint. And I have my airbrush cleaned and ready to go. So I think we're pretty prepared for this project. Who's done ordered the primer and the paint and a bunch of other stuff that we need for this, so we can get along with our progress. So be looking for the next video where we get this thing in primer, and I'll show you a little bit about how to spray the primer and get it laid on there properly, and the prep work it takes to get there. And then we'll block sand it out and look for any imperfections that we have and fix them. Well guys, thanks very much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you would, throw me down some comments and hit us up on our Patreon if you get a chance. We sure appreciate it. And remember, hit that like and subscribe and share with your friends. Again, thanks everyone. Until next time, hope you have a fantastic day.